Well, hello, Shackley family. This is Senior Master Coordinator Jennifer Glacken, and I am so excited to be here for week number 5 of this MasterMind series of treating your business like a business. It is July 31st, the end of the month, and we're all going to be together at our global conference in just a few weeks. And so hopefully if you have any questions, you can just grab me and say hi, give me a hug, and ask those questions. So we're going to talk about just a couple of things and wrap all this conversation up, and hello everybody that's joining us. So the first thing I'd like to share is that it's really important when you're treating your business like a business to write a business plan. Many of you have probably done that. We talked a few weeks ago about goal setting, about having your big picture vision put together, because it's really important to do those things. But a business plan is writing out all of the elements of your business. What is your business name? What are your goals for your 1-year goal, your 5-year goal, your 10-year goal? What direction are you taking your business in? What type of branding would you like to have? What is your mission statement, your vision statement? All of those things are extremely and vitally important to create and put in place with your business plan. Now, as I said, some of you have probably already done this, and we talked a few weeks ago about having consistent markers for what you want to do in terms of growing your business. And we know in a Shackley business that we absolutely need to bring in 10 new people every single month if we want to have the growth that we're looking to have. So I would encourage you to have that in there. I would encourage you to have networking in there. We talked about that last week, with the importance of building your network, because that is what you bring to the table. It's a gold mine, folks, and it's really important that you know exactly who all of your people are that you can go out there and share Shackley with, the company, the products, and the opportunity. Now, the next element of treating your business like a business is being consistent. We talked about having a plan of when you're going to work your business, what days, what hours. And it's important that once you set that in place, that you are consistent in your growth. Not only do we need to bring in those 10 new people every single month, but we have to have a consistent working plan and a work ethic. It's very easy when you own your own business to be distracted, to be pulled off and be asked to do a lot of different things that don't relate to your business. And we can also get caught up in busy work. But it's important to be consistent with the income-producing activities that are going to grow your Shackley business. That consistency can be a challenge, and it's important to have some way to hold yourself accountable to that. I love to use a week at a glance, and I've shared that before. Really important to have that week at a glance in place, and so that you know exactly what days and hours you're going to work your business, the amount of time each week, each month that you're putting into your efforts, so that you can mark that and track that with what that's going to accomplish for your business and your goals. But the consistency, when you look at your hours that you're putting into work, so many of us have great hopes and ideas of how many hours we want to work our Shackley business, and then the week gets by or goes by and we look back and we say, oh my gosh, I didn't put the hours in, or I was distracted over here, or I went out to lunch with a friend, or decided to take the dog to the vet during my work hours. The consistent effort is what's going to compound week after week, month after month, year after year into your business. We say that it takes about 5 to 7 years to build something that will then last you a lifetime. It will be that asset that we're all trying to build in Shackley, so that we have that residual income that's going to continue to roll down the pike. Now, Richard Bliss Brooks says in his 4-year career that you put in that 4 years of consistent effort. So whether you're putting in the 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever the amount of years is that you want to put in to be consistent with your efforts to build that asset, it's about consistent effort. Too often on the team, we've got new distributors that'll work really hard for a month, and they'll run. They'll go out and they'll share Shackley. They'll do lots of events. And then the next month, they sort of step back and they don't put in that same effort. It's about the consistent effort. And so put in that effort, set up your schedule to be the amount of time and the days and the week that you want to actually work your business, and then stick to it, because that consistency is absolutely critical. And hi, everybody that's saying hi. It's great to see you guys here. Now, the next thing that you want to do when you're treating your business like a business is invest in your business and invest in yourself. So what do we mean by that? Well, when you invest in your business, it's about putting in that income and the time into your business. Things like going to our global conference. That is a financial commitment that we make, but it's extremely important to do so. It's extremely important to put that effort into our business and the time and the money into our business, because that global conference that's your industry training. Any other business that somebody is in, they go to their industry training, whether somebody's a lawyer, maybe they're a banker, they're a doctor, they're a personal trainer, they've got to get recertified. There's always industry training, and our global conference is one element of that for us each and every year. So really, really important that we invest in our business by being there. There's also industry training, such as the network marketing industry training, like the GoPro events that Eric Worre's organization puts on. Things like Richard Bliss Brooks' 90 Days to Momentum. that's being currently used by a lot of the master coordinators, and I know we've got a lot of folks in the Shackley field who are participating in that. It's about taking the time and effort to invest in our business by going to those types of events so that we can learn and we can grow. Now, it's not just about those things, though. It's about how do we grow ourselves? What are some of the places that you're putting yourself out there so that you can grow in your skill set? Because we all need to skill up to build a successful Shackley business. And so that skilling up, in essence, means that we're going to go out there and we're going to stretch ourselves. We're going to maybe take some social media training classes. Maybe we're going to do an online course on Excel spreadsheets if you're trying to create your Excel spreadsheet for your customer base, if you haven't already learned to do that. Maybe you need to take a training class on PowerPoint and how to put your PowerPoints together so that you can give effective presentations. I'm not sure what the areas are that you want to work on, but it's just very, very important that we're investing in ourselves and investing in our business when we treat our business like a business. I've shared with this group on a couple of MasterMind calls a few weeks ago that I have a business coach. I've had a business coach since 2001 because I think that's extremely important, not only to hold myself accountable, but it stretches me. Every single week he's pushing me a little bit harder, a little bit further, a little bit faster into areas sometimes that I don't want to go. And that, just to be frank with you, and I think that's the benefit of having somebody that's looking at your business from the outside who's pushing you along. And so, hi everybody. I see a lot of folks who've joined us. Great to see you guys. Okay, so writing your business plan, being consistent, or investing in your business and investing in yourself. Those are the first three things that we wanted to talk about here tonight. Next, it's really important to keep track of your business. So how are you keeping track? Are you doing something on a spreadsheet? Are you using that whiteboard that we talked about in terms of sponsoring and keeping track of your sponsoring numbers? Are you printing off reports so that you can track your business on a monthly basis? For those of you who use QuickBooks, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You can track out all your expenses, you can track your income, all of those different things can come out on a spreadsheet such as a QuickBooks spreadsheet. But there's a lot of things that we want to track in our Shackley business that wouldn't necessarily be on a QuickBooks spreadsheet. How many presentations did you do this month? How many networking opportunities were you involved in? How many people did you sponsor? Some of the key indicators for building a successful Shackley business are things that we absolutely want to track. We talked last week about holding ourselves accountable to these things, but it's also important that we're tracking those things. So just make sure that you've got some element, some way that you are doing your tracking methods so that you can keep track of exactly what's happening in your business. It's really nice to be able to look month over month, year over year at your business, but also your organization's business. One of the things that I talk about a lot is sponsoring and how important it is to sponsor those 10 new people every single month so that you can have the growth that you're looking for in your business. Well, I like to track that within the organization because when I talk to people and people say, you know, something, my business isn't where I want it to be, or there's something that's missing in my business, I haven't reached the ranks that I'm looking to reach, or I don't have the team built that I'm trying to build. Well, we look back and we say, okay, well, how many people did you sponsor? And a lot of times we see very inconsistent effort. You know, some months they'll sponsor maybe 3 people, the next month they sponsor 1, then they have a dry spell and don't sponsor anybody for a couple of months, then they might sponsor 10. And it's this lack of consistency in sponsoring effort that they're not bringing in enough people to share the company, the products, and the opportunity to have the cream rise to the top. But it's extremely important that we know that and that we've tracked it so that we can see what the issues are, that we can see where the tripping points are. Because when we keep track, that allows us to do the analysis that we all need to be doing on our business about what's working well and what's not working well. So, you know, sponsoring is a really easy thing to say, well, that either worked well or it didn't work well, because you can see the numbers, black and white. You know, either you sponsored the people or you didn't sponsor the people. But there's some other things that just sort of take that analysis where you have to step back and say, you know, why didn't that conversation go well? When I sat down with that person, I was so convinced that they'd be interested in the business, and then at the end of the conversation, I couldn't close them. And so you step back and you do the analysis. So for example, when I first started my business, I can remember I was afraid to close the sale. I was afraid to ask for the sale. Now, that was a tripping point for me, and I had to get comfortable doing that. I had to get comfortable talking about the business. And what happened was every single appointment that I went on, I would step back and I would actually say to myself, what's working, what's not working, so that I could reevaluate and I could tweak what needed to be tweaked. And in some cases, I needed to skill up. I needed to get more skills so that I could learn how to do something more effectively. You know, maybe follow-up is an area that you're tripping up in. And so do you need to read a book on follow-up? Do you need to take a training class on follow-up? Do you need to read something like, you know, Raving Fans, where that's a phenomenal book that gives you an opportunity to really think of some great ideas of things you could do to create raving fans of customers. The Fred Factor by Mark Sanborn is another awesome book that really helps with follow-up. But whatever your tripping point is, you want to figure out, why is it a tripping point and what do I need to do to be better? If you're treating your business like a business, you're going to continue to want to get better, and you're going to want to continue to skill up, because as we step into more and more leadership within our organization, we have to lead our team into doing these same things. And I say this all the time, and I really do mean it because I've experienced it myself. The areas that you're struggling in are going to be areas that you will be coaching your team in. So if, for example, I've used follow-up a few times, so I'll use follow-up again, but if you have a tripping point with follow-up, you're going to have team members that are going to be in the exact same boat. They're going to come to you and they're going to struggle. They're going to say, you know what, I'm having trouble following up. It's not working for me or whatever. And so all of the things that you learned, all of the things that you tweaked will be things that you can share and teach and train in your organization. So really, really important that you take the time to skill up and learn these things, because all of the different elements of what we do in a Shackley business, we have to teach and train our team to do the same thing. And then the last thing that I really wanted to touch on here is taking 100% responsibility for your business. It's so easy to blame other people. We can blame our upline, we can blame our customers, we can blame our business partners, we can blame our home office, we can blame shipping, we can blame all sorts of different things. And my recommendation to each and every one of us is that if we are truly treating our business like a business, that we take 100% responsibility for the good things and the things that aren't going so well. There's a book out there called The QBQ. It's The Question Behind the Question by John G. Miller. Fabulous, fabulous book for helping you learn about personal responsibility. And it's a book that I read early in my business. Presidential Master Coordinator Gary Burke actually recommended that I read this book. And it really helped me to take personal responsibility for all of the areas of my life, whether it was relationships with my customers, my business partners, within my family, whether it was taking responsibility for maybe a shipping issue. You think about some of the things that happen in our business, and we own our own business. And people will respect us as business owners when we treat our business like a business and we do all of the things that we have been talking about for these past 5 weeks. So hopefully everybody has had a chance to listen to all of the 5 weeks of our MasterMind series. I know I talk really fast, so maybe you have to go back and listen to it a couple of times over and over again. I apologize for that. I get excited when I talk about Shackley, and so I do tend to go a little bit quickly. But as I wrap up here, I just want to tell each and every one of you how blessed I have been to, and honored I've been to be asked to be a part of this MasterMind series. It's been fabulous sharing information with you. Hopefully the information that I've shared is going to help you grow your Shackley business. I really do look forward to meeting each and every one of you at our global conference, and so please don't hesitate to come up, grab me, give me a hug, say hi. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask those. Really awesome to be here with you, and just remember that Shackley is the most amazing gift. It's a gift of better health and a gift of better wealth, and how we each choose to use that gift is what's going to determine the direction of our business. And so go out there and share Shackley with absolutely everybody that you possibly can. It's a numbers game. Talk to lots and lots of people, and you're going to build a very significant organization and have that asset that you want to pass down through the generations. So thanks so much for being here tonight. See you guys at our global conference in just a few weeks. Goodbye, everybody.